bans social media apps for children under the age of 16 years, similar conversations have started in other countries as well, including India. Now, with the draft rules of the Digital Personal Data Protection Act of 2023, Centre has taken the first major step in this regard. According to the draft rules, children under the age of 18 years will now require parental consent to create social media accounts. The draft rule also focuses on stronger measures to protect personal data of children and people with disabilities under their guardianship. So as far as when it comes to the reactions that have been coming in and what people have also been citing, the example that has now been given on part of Australia now, will it be also adhered and implemented in India? That remains to be seen. In the meantime, let's get you exactly when it comes to the details that have now come across of this recent survey that has been conducted by the local circles there. And as far as the alarming trends that are now also concerned regarding children's digital habits in India that have also come to light, let's in the meantime take a look at the key findings there. 95% of the teenagers in India are on social media. Now, as far as the generations that have been progressing because they are more tech savvy, already have phones in their hand from a younger age, even when it comes to nearly 40% of the kids who are between the age of 8 to 12 are already on social media having their accounts and are quite tech savvy. Now, at least 6 out of 10 kids who are aged between 19 to 17 spend at least 3 hours significant amount during the day on social media. That has now been also divided among states as well when it comes to the more amount of time that is spent on social media online by the children there. And even when it comes to the parents, 22% of the parents say that their child has symptoms of depression. And that habit of not letting go as far as when it comes to their very presence on social media may lead to certain depression or certain other kinds of symptoms as well. Nearly 37% of the list of OTT platforms at their kids' favorite pastime as well. Well, that could also be owed to the recent, when it comes to the outbreak of COVID that we had seen, or even when it comes to an epidemic. Children maximum have been spending their times not outside, not outdoors, but rather when it comes to their, when it comes to their mobile phones or their tablets or other mediums as well. Let's get in a word from Akanksha, who's joining in right now. Well, this is the survey that has been carried out by local circles there, Akanksha. What does it mean, especially when it comes to now 2025? That means that generation beta will start, or rather would have already started by now. But looking at the survey that has been carried out, it doesn't look very promising at the kind of the next generation or the current generation seems to be spending a significant amount of time, whether be it on social media, whether be it on their mobile phone or their gadgets.
Well, absolutely. And also what is more important here is, in fact, the move by the central government as far as the data protection is, in fact, concerned. And the story that we're tracking, this is related to the proposed rules regarding to the draft Data Protection Law and Act. The public consultation will take place till February 18th. This also involves data protection as well as regulation as far as breaches is concerned, and how the users in India will now be giving consent as far as the data is concerned. So as far as the highlights of the draft rule is concerned, the breach must be notified to the user. Immediate notification will be given. Detailed nature of the breach will be given to them. As far as the parental verification is concerned of children's data, if any company wants to have children's data, they will have to, parents will have to in fact verify, and then only the consent will be given. So as far as the breach and parental verification is concerned, this will be quite important. As far as data retention and deletion will also be concerned, that in fact a green signal will also come from the user itself. So this is quite prominent as far as the data protection is in India is concerned, and will be very significant. But till next month there will be public consultation till February 18th.
All right. Well, Akanksha, significant as far as when it comes to these concerns that have also been growing with the children there. Let's in the meantime also put out when it comes to the content on the internet, which is said to be under greater scrutiny. And India is not the only one which is planning to place curbs on social media giants as well. Let's talk about as far as Australia here is concerned, leading with example, which has banned social media for children under the age of 16 years. Following that, we are also looking at such considerations that have also been taken up in other countries. Let's put out what France has to say, where children under the age of 15 cannot create social media accounts without when it comes to their parental consent. UAE has also taken it further, saying that they will criminalize users for criticizing the government on social media, where there are laws that also include penalties, including imprisonment and deportation as well. And when it comes to social media giants such as WhatsApp, Skype, and Apple's FaceTime, that has now been banned. Russia also taking it further when it comes to several platforms that have been banned by Kremlin. Platforms are functioning in Russia must store user data within the country. As far as the leaks that are now concerned, they have been curbed. In Turkey, we are looking at how the government has introduced a legislation for stricter censorship of social media content that is mandated when it comes to the localization of user data storage as well. What happens when it comes to leading platforms such as Facebook, X, YouTube, Instagram, that has been blocked by the country, and heavy penalties including imprisonment for flouting the ban that has been imposed. Not surprising when it comes to the country of North Korea there, because there is a complete internet lockdown, so there is no access to any websites, and there is always constant surveillance that happens, when it comes to the citizens who are permitted to access certain websites that are, however, only maintained by the government. So in the meantime, we are requesting all of the viewers who are watching the broadcast right now, you can also call in and share your point of view, exactly what concerns that you have when your children or your wards spend significant amount of time on their gadgets. We'll be taking your reactions. We, in the meantime, head into a short break. Lots more lined up on the other side.